Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday, so welcome. Give me some time to my Songversation. Get time for people to log in. Hello. Welcome to my Songversation. Let's see. Hello everyone. So today is Tuesday. And my name is Neni Carolina Chacin, and I am a professional singer, a life and business coach, and also I am a software engineer. And I combine all these three to make Songversations, a little episode from Tuesday till Saturday where I sing and coach people with strategies and tools and help them realize their potential, make them a little bit closer to what their best self should be, and inspire and motivate entrepreneurs and businesses to reach their goals and turn their visions into reality. Anyway, I'm here every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to give you from 20 to 30 minutes talk and a little mini concert and talk a little bit about some things that you could use to improve your life. The music, thank you so much for tuning in. And this week's sponsor is Illustrator in Paris. Illustrator in Paris is by Yuki Masushita. She is a Japanese, American, and Parisian woman that lives in Paris right now, and she is an amazing illustrator and graphic designer, and she creates beautiful books. She has 2 books right now for learning French. If you want to use something during this time to improve your French or learn French, she has ABC. She has ABC Paris, and she has ABC Phonetics too, so you can learn some words in French and also some phonetics with illustrations and really cute things. She has also some children's book called Liana about a chameleon, and then she also has an a proverb book that she just released this month, I guess, and that's her cat Notcha, if you can see. And also she has planners where you can, after you listen to what I have to say, maybe you can plan your week, your month, your 3-month goals. I know that right now things are everything for right now, for the next week, what's happening this week, what's happening next week, and not so much long term, but you can still have an organizing way to control your ideas and plan your actions. Thank you so much for those on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope for tuning in. The music that you're listening is some of the originals by one of my guitar players and music collaborators. I love to sing his compositions. His name is Ernesto Franchi. He went to college with me in Venezuela for software engineering, and we also had a band, and we shared some music and performances, and then after we both moved to United States, we started collaborating, publishing all the music that he has composed with my voice, and I was singing his songs. That song in particular is called Hojas, which talk about the seasons, and the seasons change all the time, and sometimes you're lonely and you see the seasons change throughout the window. We just saw winter through spring, winter changed to spring, from the inside, and we just saw everything from the inside. And this song in particular talks about that. It's a little bit of how we look out the window and observe the foliage changing, everything changing, while we wait for our lovers to come, while we wait for the company while we wait to join other people and to have our company. So I am going to sing that song for you. And I'll put it back to the beginning. I'll put it back to the beginning. Yes. There. Hojas que danza el viento, que fluyen por los tejados, que arrasan las paredes, que en los pisos se posan y que mojan gotas frías de la lluvia, gotas que lluvia al aire, que barren, olor a tierra, que corren, cristalinas, que el cacao sazo refleja y se suspenden la mirada en la ventana. Y me asomo a la tarde esperando encontrarte, este clima de sueños, de historias y versos. La distancia es espejo de tus pensamientos y tu canto lejano lo entonan las gotas mojando las hojas. Lluvia incesante arrastra llenos recuerdos que impregnan presencia que mi vida atesora y que suspenden la mirada en la ventana. Y me asomo a la tarde esperando encontrarte en este día de historias y versos. La distancia es espejo de tus pensamientos y tu canto lejano lo entonan las gotas mojando las hojas. Hojas. Yes. So when we, this is a song in Spanish, obviously, and when we observe everything changing on the outside from the window of our homes, we realize that our routine has changed and that we have to do something else. Like by this point after January, everybody has a new routine. Everybody actually has settled in a new routine, and some people are already establishing new routines for at least the next week or two. So routines are very important, and without a proper routine to handle your day, you don't have structure to organize your time and improve the energy management that you have to have. So for example, before we wouldn't have we would go shopping whenever we want to, whenever we feel to. But now we have to really organize because we don't have time to order online maybe, and we are stuck at home with all kinds of people, the children, the husband, everybody else, even tenants and roommates, everybody is at home. And so you have to figure out when do you have time between talking to the people in the home, doing the errands, doing your work and everything, when to sit down to make an order online to shop. Or in Paris, for example, they only have 1 hour a day to be outside, so they have to organize themselves to go out shopping for food or for anything. So this is very important, to establish a proper routine. This time, I would say it's a really important time to set up a routine for the future, because when we prepare right now our routine, now that we have, some people have all the time in the world, now they're working from home, I mean they're not working, they're forced to not work, they're laid off. This is the proper time to actually set up a proper optimal routine so that you can make the most out of it. This is if you've been thinking of studying something new, set up a routine. Even though you don't go to work, even though you don't have this routine where you wake up, you eat, prepare something, or you don't eat, you just go, take a shower, go to work, and come back, eat, repeat. Then try to establish a routine that will be your ideal routine if you have all the time in the world. So now you are at home, you have your flexibility in your routine. If you're working, then of course you have your work time, but you're at home, so you can establish a new routine that will be optimal for you. Certainly all the successful people and all the masters in the world always wake up really, really early, between 4 and 6. And they wake up early, they do some studying, preparation for the day, so that they can take care of other things during the day when people are accessible. So during the day, the normal day, from let's say from 9 until 6, 7, people are accessible to be reached if they're not working. Maybe you want to talk to a client, maybe you want to talk to someone, maybe it's during the day when they're actually awake. But in the morning, before 6, before 8 even, it's very good to wake up early and maybe read something, feed your brain and your spirit with something that is going to be productive, do some creative work, and then be prepared. Because at that time, you cannot really make a phone call to someone unless you're in a different time zone, of course. But you can really organize yourself with a proper routine. So routines are very important. So establish what kind of routine would be the ideal routine if you had a choice in the morning. What would be pre-work or like when you just go, what is your wake up routine? What is your middle of the day routine, like a midday before lunch? Then what is your afternoon routine? Your ideal. What is your plan for food for the rest of the week? So if you really plan your plan, you can organize and optimize your time, your energy, and your efforts to generate more abundance, more and feel more fulfilled. And then the afternoon, and then later if you want to have dinner or not, and then have a night routine to go to sleep. It's always good to track things. If you track your ideas, if you track your body's vitals, if you track your let's say how many sales you had, if you track everything on a piece of paper or on your computer or on your phone or on a device, it's always good because you can go back and compare the results. So without having the result and the numbers, without knowing your numbers, you cannot know if you're advancing or not in terms of your daily life or productivity in your daily life. If you want to set up a night routine, so that it's very important to set up a night routine that is calming, resetting, and not so much stressful, but you want to wind down your body so that it actually relaxes. Try not to see violent TV shows or movies or anything like that during the night before you go to bed. You can do a journaling, you can do some studying, you can plan your day for the next day. It's important to plan your day every night before the next day, not in the morning when you wake up. It's actually, I did try that for so many years, and I've been doing the planning in the morning. Okay, I check, but it's just too late. It's really too late. So I've been trying for a few years now, just trying to plan at night before I go to bed. And believe me, sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I don't have it. But I know we have to be give ourselves cut ourselves some slack. But at night, you can also do this, and it's much more efficient to know what you're going to do the next day. I mean, sometimes you miss what you're going to do, then you can skip it and just roll it on to the next day because you couldn't accomplish what you planned, and then something else came up, and it's always okay to be flexible. It's always okay to change. Right now, we are a little bit depending on some things that are coming external to us. Some rules are changing every day, every week. So sure, we have to adjust our routine. So routines are important, and we have to go and set them, but it doesn't mean that routines have to be set in stone. You can always be flexible. The fact that you're setting up a routine or something doesn't mean that you're going to be rigid. It doesn't mean that you can't change them. You can always adapt. In fact, you start with some routine and then you actually evolve it so that it becomes the best. Like, for example, I started with a list of things I wanted to do for my routine at night, and then I realized, oh, I want to add this thing and I want to add this other thing. So I did come up with a better night routine. Until now, I have a stable one that I haven't changed for a little bit, for a few months, for example. But then maybe something changes. I travel. I used to travel. I travel a lot between continents, all over. I'm from Europe and United States. I come back and forth quite a bit. So my routine changes pretty often in terms of like, okay, maybe I'm flying, maybe I'm here, maybe I'm doing something else. And so that changes the routine because I have to adapt to a new environment and everything. And the way I do things here in the United States are not the same ways I do it in Europe. But I'm flexible, and what's constant is the underlying things. And so I created a routine, for example, that is customized for me so that I can keep up with the similar routine, at least as much as I can, to have stability and consistency in my life when I travel, when I'm here and when I'm there. So I have all my resources around me. So what can I do so that if I have over there a table with all these books that I want to read in the morning, or magazines that I need to read, then how do I do that? So I have everything in digital so that I can read. So yes, I take my phone in the morning when I wake up, but not to read messages. I have my meditation recorded here. I listen to that. I have my affirmations. I have different things that I take a look at, and sometimes I even turn off the Wi-Fi and I turn it on when I wake up. Turn off everything, all the connection. So I just read what I need to do. I read the books, I study, I come up with some ideas for my marketing, my post, the things that I'm going to do for the day or something. If I'm going to be inspired by something, I write some ideas, some notes, maybe some music, maybe some poems, and then I post it. And I share it with people, and I create stuff for you. And so this is something that's worked because I use my phone. I also use different things for exercise. For example, I have some elastic bands, I have some resistance bands, and that is very comfortable. I can travel with that anywhere I go, so I take it. So I try to do something that it's flexible for my lifestyle, even if I switch homes, if I switch locations, see? So, but now that we're all in the same home for a while now, for those who have been for a while, because there's still people flying, I believe, then you can set up, it's a very good time to set up a routine. I really encourage you to create a new routine, at least for this week. So why don't you send me a message and tell me how that week was with the new routine that you want to set up. I want to do this, I want to study this. I have changed my routine a lot because one of my coaches, well, every coach, and all the coaches, like I have my meditation coach is doing a live every noon, so I've changed my routine so that I can accommodate a half hour of extra meditation at noon before this live. And I also have classes in the morning that other people that I follow are doing it. So I have JT Fox webinars for business in the morning, which you can sign up for. Sign up at jtfox/webinar. I'm not getting anything out of it. It's just a promotion. It's really helped me a lot to understand more about business, to get more sales, to improve my marketing and improve my branding, thanks to him. And also thanks to Jay Shetty. I do the same. I study his branding, his marketing, his strategies for life, and then I apply them. And so I follow them, and that's what I do. That's my routine has changed because they're providing extra information that I have to take advantage. So this is the moment. Take advantage of all the things that you want. Choose what you want and do it, and include it in your new routine for this week. Maybe for this week, and then next week, if it still works, then continue. If not, you can change it. So I have my morning where I wake up, I do the exercise, I make my breakfast, everything the way I want to do it. And I've been tweaking it. Sometimes I can't do it. But I adapt. It's okay to be kind to yourself. If you can't be exigent, but try to be flexible as well so that you can adapt. And then the important thing is not that you didn't follow it. The important thing is that you try again and again and again. It's not so much that, oh, you failed, you fell down. No, the important thing is that you can get up and go at it again. If you couldn't do it, the routine, is okay. Just try again, and you will get it eventually. So I have these new routines, like I said, like I study. There's a 10 a.m. class, and then there's a 4 p.m. coaching class. So I try to learn as much as I can, for as long as I can, that they are providing these free information. And this is a great way to learn. And if it's going to stop a little bit of all the other stuff that I was doing, it's okay, because it's a moment to learn that will be available now, it won't be available. We don't know if it's going to be available or not later, but just take advantage. All these gurus, Deepak Chopra is doing amazing things, like for musicians, there's all kinds of things that you can learn from, even for dancers. I know TikTok is for a lot of crazy stuff and entertainment, but I can imagine as a dancer, like all the dancers for the media choreographers, that they're at home and they're used to dancing in a studio, going over there all the time. TikTok must be an incredible relief to be able to study a choreography and try and put a video and post it. So for all the dancers there, and I'm a dancer myself, so I understand the satisfaction of creating a TikTok dancing video. But if you're not a dancer, that's not your business, then try to create a TikTok, put together a little mini video about what your business is about. And you can pick a song, you don't have to even put a song. So try to do that. TikTok is a new platform for social media where everybody right now is using, so it will behoove you not to be there to get attention. So it's all in sales and marketing. It's all about how do you get attention and how are you most visible. So go where the people are and reach to them. If you have something to give, to serve, then go to them. And haven't been very active, I have to say, in TikTok, but just a few with my music that I released recently. By the way, I released another single. For around midnight. There it is. Well, this is another. I released this single, I Hate You, Then I Love You. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, you can see the image. And Circle of Life, I released a single last year, and so I released Around Midnight, a single, a cover that I recorded. I released a bit. I have a lot of resources for you. Actually, I've put together a bunch of resources for you at chacin.com/COVID-19. So I created a COVID-19 resource page for you, and you can actually go there and see all the different things. I have the meditation CDs. I have free offers I'm offering the Live Your Dreams program at a discounted price. I'm offering my free coaching during the COVID to get you ready for when it opens. I'm offering all kinds of things. You can go there. Also, there's like cooking books for ideas for recipes. There's more I won't say it's motivation or inspiration. It's just like something to come to kind of get you reflecting on your life, and it's all kinds of photography for all the flowers that I've done. I love photography, and I've done, so this is like, for example, this one is from California. Actually, if you can see, if you can see the image, it's a beautiful image, but if you can see, that's my hand, in fact. It's my hand, and it's a huge flower. So it's beautiful photography in here. I published these last year, and so you can have all these books and stuff. Yes, so talking about the routines. Speaking about the routines. So I, like I said, you can define a new routine for this week. Maybe you can try. You can try the new routine for a week, and if it doesn't work, or maybe for a few days, and if it doesn't work, you can change it. Another thing that you can do for the routines is to read about different kinds of tracking. So I have there's plenty of apps for tracking things. So I'll leave you to pick the one that you like the best. But I have I was inspired by one of my friends in Paris from the Genius groups, and he created a mood tracking spreadsheet or where you can have, let me see if there, yeah. So it's a little thing where you can track your mood every day, and in fact, when you track your mood, you can actually realize that your mood affects your health, and you can change your routine according to the mood changes. So I know that you can go through a lot of mood changes, but the calmer you are during this time, the calmer you are, the more efficient you can be. So if you can remain calm in the moments of stress, if you can remain calm in the moments of difficulty, that's when you can make a better decision. And so tracking the mood may help you, because it make you be the first step to changing changing this is to be aware. So when you are aware of your moods, then you realize that something's happening, so you first actually, our feelings and our mood are just a reflection of a thought that we have, and that in turn, then our feeling immediately creates a reaction. So those reactions are the actions that we do from the decisions that we make based on the feelings that we have, based on the thought that we have. So if we have an incorrect thought, it makes us have an incorrect feeling, which in turn makes us have an incorrect reaction. And I say incorrect in the sense that it's not maybe the appropriate or the most optimal reaction or decision in the moment, or for even the future. Like, what are you going to decide to do today? Are you going to set up a new routine for this week, or or you feel stressed and you feel lonely, and you're going to be bored in the house, and in the house bored, and then you're going to not do what you need to do today? So no, create a routine. Don't let your feelings and your negative thoughts control your decisions in your life, and control and make you react in ways that you don't have the proper results for your life. If you want to have a life that you want and deserve, you must take the right actions. Life with the thinking and the writing and all the stuff, it doesn't make a difference if you don't take an action. And that's my 7th step in my Live Your Dreams. But it's very important to have the right action, and it's very important to take action daily. If little by little, things will accumulate, and you will see a result. And if you track the result every day, how did you feel at the end of the day? I felt crappy, I felt sad, I felt great, I felt content, I felt productive. So then when you see that, like, oh, okay, so what did I do to feel productive? Well, these days I felt productive because of ABC. Then you know information is freedom. So if you have the right information, you can make the right decisions. So I urge you to go collect the right information. I urge you to create a new routine. Yes, I urge you to collect the new routine. I urge you to write down and track your progress. I urge you to go find the people that you admire and go get the information that they're now releasing for you, and make sure you find somebody that can guide you and can help you. So I am here to serve you and help you during all this COVID for free. So please send a message, reach out to me. If you're interested in my music, it's all on all the digital distribution media. I'm on Apple, I'm on Amazon, I'm on Google, on everything. Deezer, Spotify, everything. Okay, so make sure you go get my music if you're interested to get my music or my meditation CDs, everything. Check my resources. Here you can check my resources in my resource page, www.chacin.com/COVID-19, and thank you so much for the sponsor for today. Our sponsor is Yuki Masuchita. Again, she is the illustrator in Paris. Follow her at Illustrator in Paris and on Instagram, or www.illustratorinparis.com, and she has a beautiful planners, books, and French language training books. So enjoy the rest of the day. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be here again for another half hour, and